Welcome back to Silly Shelly. Today, by request, I'm sharing with you some airplane ideas you can use at your next baby shower. Coming up with a pattern for this airplane was not easy to do, and because there are so many variations you can use, I'm going to show you 3 different ways that you can make airplane inspired designs that may fit your baby shower. There's a very small, simple, budget-friendly one you can make multiples of. A medium-sized airplane that would be great on top of a diaper cake or alone. And the last design is using primarily diapers. The drawback to that design is it is for looks only. You end up using, I don't remember, maybe 12 diapers that will end up being thrown away. Some of the components are reusable, the bottles that make up the frame, and possibly some of your decorations or added items, but the bulk of the 3rd airplane is for show only. So stay tuned and let me know what you think by leaving a comment below. The current images are some items you might want to use for your diaper cake. There are so many different things you can use. You'll need something to secure: tape, rubber bands, hot glue. You'll need some decoration, some items to make a frame, receiving blankets, socks. Whatever you have on hand you can probably use in some way in one of these designs. We're going to start off with my daughter creating the small airplane. She's going to take one diaper and roll it up and secure it with a rubber band or 2. Then she'll take a sock, place it on the end of the diaper, leaving part of the sock loose so that it can stick up and create a tail. With the other matching sock, she'll cover the other end of the diaper snugly, and this will be the body of the airplane. Push it down a little to keep it from being too round and rolling apart, and then grab your paper towel roll. Flatten it out, and then place your socks on this flattened piece of cardboard to create wings. Using tape or double-sided tape, you can attach your wings to the top of your airplane. And just like that, you have a small airplane design that you can use at your baby shower. Design number 2 uses something cylindrical for the body, either a paper towel roll or bottle brush or something along those lines. You'll need some rubber bands, hot glue, washcloths, baby spoons, receiving blankets or burp cloths, just kind of anything you can use that will give you some bulk of material. So we're going to start off by taking our body, whatever you decide to use. I'm going to use a bottle brush, and covering one end with a washcloth just to kind of complete and finish the end. And secure that with a rubber band. You could use tape or whatever you have. And then I'm going to take a receiving blanket and I'm going to roll it around the handle of this bottle brush. I want it to be just long enough to cover the thin part. I'm just going to roll that up and then secure that. You can again use rubber bands or tape. Now, because I want this to be completely covered, I'm going to get another receiving blanket, and this one is pre-folded. It's actually pretty close to the right width, so I'm going to go ahead and use it the way it is, but you can choose to fold yours however you get the right length out of it. And then you'll just roll this up over your airplane base and secure with rubber bands or tape. That's your body of the airplane. Now let's work on the wings. For the wings, I'm going to use a paper towel roll, flattened. I'm going to cover each end with a washcloth just to give the ends a finished look. You can again secure that with a rubber band or tape or whatever you have. The next step is to cover this entire roll with a receiving blanket or one of the tri-fold diaper or burp cloth things. I had these embroidered and I think they turned out really cute, so I want to use them. I have two. Normally you would only use one on this step, but I have two designs that I want to show, so I'm going to place them both on this wing. So I'm trying to fold them appropriately where both designs will show, but you will most likely just be using a single receiving blanket, and it'll be a whole lot easier that way as well. You can secure your blanket or a burp cloth or whatever item you're using with rubber bands or tape. When your wing is complete, you can attach that to the body of the plane using double-sided tape, safety pins, or whatever items you have available. Now we're going to make a couple wheels for the airplane. I have 4 washcloths all folded in half. I'm going to take and fold them into thirds again to give them a little more bulk, and then layer 2, one on top of the other, to create a thick wheel. I'm going to repeat this process and make a second wheel, and then using tape attach the wheels underneath the wing beside the body to give it a little more support when it sits on the table. The last thing we're going to do is take a couple spoons, make an X or cross shape with them. We're going to hot glue the spoons to one another, and then we're going to add a drop of hot glue to the end of the bottle brush, the little plastic piece that sticks out. Now you may be thinking, oh no, not hot glue. Yes, hot glue. When you use hot glue on plastic like this, once it dries and is hard, you can usually pull these items apart with with just a small amount of effort, and then just pick the dried glue off and then reuse the items. So technically everything in this project is reusable. I did add just a little design to the front of the spoons, and you can add as much embellishments as you would like. Let's move on to the last design. For this you will need 2 bottles. I prefer a long and a short one, some popsicle sticks and ribbon, some spoons, I think 4, and you'll need something that is about 2.5 or so inches. I have seen a similar design using Q-tips, but I found these little bottles at a dollar store in a 2-pack, and I thought they'd be really cute filled with confetti. And I thought I would use these instead. Any embellishment or cute design, decorative thing you find, or even Q-tips that's 2.5 inches roughly, will work great for this project. So I'm going to have my daughter fill these bottles with confetti, and we'll be back to show you the design. Another thing that you will need to prepare ahead of time is a ribbon covered popsicle stick. So you'll take a popsicle stick and you'll need 4 pieces of pre-cut ribbon to be the same length as the popsicle stick roughly. It doesn't have to be perfect because the ends will be covered. So you'll just put some hot glue on the popsicle stick, cover both sides with ribbon just so it is a little bit more finished. and you'll make 2 of these. Very simple, very easy to do. Now, to create the frame of the airplane, you will hot glue a plain popsicle stick from the end of one bottle to the end of the other. This is going to be on the bottom so it won't be seen. And then you'll hot glue the ribbon covered popsicle sticks, one on each side. And this will just give a little more stability to the body and also give some a little bit of design. We're going to put a seat in the middle between these two. I have 2 pairs of spoons hot glued together on the spoon part. These are going to be the frame for the biplane wings. I'm just going to take a diaper and roll it around the spoon and add some elastic bands, partly to hold it together and partly for decoration. I'll do 1 diaper on each side, so it'll take 2 diapers per wing, and there's 2 wings, so you'll need 4 diapers for this part. You could also use 2 spoons glued together like this to create a propeller for the front. Once you have both wings completed, we're going to add a small seat to the middle area between the 2 bottles. You'll just tuck a diaper in as far as it goes, kind of create a little seat with it, and to hold this seat in place you'll add 1 little drop of hot glue behind the seat. Now, to add to the frame of the airplane, you're just going to take diapers and roll them around. Make sure they match up to the back of the first bottle. And I'm going to use, I think, about 5 on the front. Just use however many feels and looks right to you. You want it to be a little bit thick, and you want to try and have your seams on the bottom. Your ending seam on the bottom, and you can just hot glue these diapers at the very end. Just hot glue the last diaper. And here's a look at the front of your plane before you add your propeller. Now for the back, I'm going to use 3 diapers. I'm going to use 2 up close to the back of the seat, and then 1 at the very end. And that way it kind of gives that tapered look to the airplane. And then I will hot glue these diapers in place. For a little tail design, you can hot glue a pacifier on the back. It's time to add the wings. We'll start with the bottom wing, add some hot glue, and place the wing underneath the front of the plane, close to the back of the diaper. Then glue the other wing on top of the plane. If you get hot glue on your rubber bands, they will pop. So be careful. Now you'll add your 2.5 inch items. You can use Q-tips or any decorative item that you have. It just helps give some stability to the wings. You'll put a little hot glue on the bottom, a little on the top, and stick it between the 2 wings. And you'll add 2 to 3 of these on each side. Now add your propeller, whatever you're using for that. It could be spoons or silverware. It could be 2 rattles. Or if you're like me and you're out of anything closely resembling a propeller, you can use an artificial flower, or you could use ribbon, a bow, just kind of anything you can think of. And just hot glue that to the front of the bottle. All that's left is to add your finishing touches. You can put some embellishments all the way around, top, sides. You can add a small stuffed animal in the seat, and oh, and don't forget to add a wheel. I almost forgot. If you add a wheel just in front of the bottom wing on the bottom, it helps give a little bit of stability to the design and helps hold the airplane better on the table. So just hot glue this to the bottom of the front of the plane, right in front of the first wing. Then add your embellishments, stuffed animals, those kind of things, and you're all done. Enjoy the photos and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.